Hello everyone, welcome back to the lecture series on digital signal processing. In this lecture, I am going to discuss about analysis of discrete time LTI systems. Discrete time LTI systems, simply the concept of linear convolution. The concept of linear convolution. So here it is the learning outcome of this lecture. After successful completion of this lecture, you will be able to analyze the discrete time, linear time invariant systems. Okay, you can find the convolution between the two sequences. So here it is analysis of discrete time, linear time invariant systems. So first of all, what do you mean by LTI system? What do you mean by an LTI system? So we know that if a system satisfies both linearity and time invariance, properties, then the system is said to be LTI, linear and time invariant. Okay, so a system satisfies both linearity and time invariance properties, then the system is said to be LTI system, a linear time invariant system. So if x of n is the excitation of the system, that is input to the system with impulse response h of n, then y of n is called the convolution of x of n and h of n. See here, x of n is the excitation or input to the system with impulse response h of n, that LTI system only. See, LTI system. Then y of n is nothing but the convolution of x of n and h of n. Here this indicates the symbol of the convolution. Star indicates that symbol of convolution. So there y of n is equals to x of n star h of n. The expression for convolution sum, it is y of n is equals to sigma k equals to minus infinity to infinity x of k h of n minus k. So once again I am repeating, the convolution sum expression, it is y of n is equals to sigma k equals to minus infinity to plus infinity x of k h of n minus k. So here it is the procedure to find the convolution between the two sequences x of n and h of n by using graphical method. So because there are three methods to find the convolution between the two sequences x of n and h of n. So in that, first one will be graphical representation method, second one will be tabular method, third one will be cross tabular method. So this is the procedure to find the convolution between the two sequences x of n and h of n by using graphical representation method. So in this one, first we have to represent that x of n and h of n in terms of x of k, h of k. So x of n, first the two sequences will be in terms of x of n and h of n. So we have to represent both in terms of x of k and h of k. Simply change the index into k. Now we have to apply the folding. So fold the signal h of k about k equals to 0 to get h of minus k. If you fold h of k about k equals to 0, you will get h of minus k. That is folding operation. Simply, what is the procedure? It is nothing but going to derive this one. That expression simply, that is y of n equals sigma k equals to minus infinity to infinity x of k h of n minus k. So I am trying to derive this one. See here. Next one is shifting. Shifting is shift h of minus k by n naught. That means h of n naught minus k based upon the value of n naught. So if n naught is positive, then it will be right shifted. H of minus k will be right shifted. So if n naught is negative, then it should be left shifted. Then h of minus k will be left shifted. Okay. After that, multiply x of k with h of n minus k. See here, x of k, h of n minus k. The same multiplication will be there. So multiply x of k with h of n minus k to obtain the product x of k and h of n naught minus k. So here I consider n naught. Simply it is n minus k. Okay. So next one will be summation of all the terms. So that sum all the values of the product sequence to obtain the value of the output at n equals to n naught. That output nothing but y of n. So we have to sum all the values of product sequence to obtain the value of the output at n equals to n naught. So respective value of n naught, because n will be changes for every summation. Okay. The above steps will be give y of n at n equals to n naught. So we repeat that above process over an interval of minus infinity to infinity to get all the values of y of n. That is because n is different from some value to another value. So there, to get all the values, we have to repeat the same process by increasing the value of n. So we will get finally all the values of y of n. Okay. So here it is the cross-terminal method of convolution. So cross-terminal method of convolution. So then the two sequences are given, h of n and x of n is given. So then x of n is equals to 3 2 1 2 and h of n is equals to 1 2 1 2. Then the sequence is starting at n equals to minus 1. It indicates we know the value of h of n at n equals to 0 is 1, at n equals to 2. Similarly, x of n starts at n equals to 0 and n equals to 1 2 3. Okay. So find the convolution of x of n and h of n. So by using cross-terminal method, so simple method, shortcut method to find the linear convolution between the two sequences. So first to write the two sequences, there x of n and h of n. So horizontally and vertically. So I am considering x of n in a horizontal fashion, that is 3 2 1 2. Similarly, h of n in vertical fashion, that is 1 2 1 2. Okay. So multiply all the terms of x of n with each sample of h of n. So 1 into 3, so 1 into 2, 1 into 1 2. Similarly, multiply all the samples of x of n with 2. So 6 4 2 4. So like that, 3 2 1 2 6 4 2 4. Okay. So now draw the diagonals. Okay. So add the corresponding terms in the each diagonal. Each diagonals. So add these terms. See, then y of n is equals to. So here it is 3, comma. So in this diagonal, that is h. So it is 3 plus 4 plus 1, that is h. Similarly, 6 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, that is 12. 4 plus 1 plus 4, it is 9. So 2 plus 2, that is 4. So next one will be 4. And so where I have to put the arrow for the resultant sequence? That will be because h of n starts at n2 equals to minus 1 and x of n starts at n1 equals to 0. Then the resultant sequence y of n starts at n equals to n1 plus n2, that is minus 1. So the resultant sequence y of n should start at n equals to minus 1. So there I have to put the arrow here. So it indicates that y of n value at n equals to 0. So it is minus 1. So the resultant sequence starting at n equals to minus 1. So because of this one. And the length of the sequences. So if x of n is of length L1 and h of n is of length L2, then the length of concurrent signal, that is resultant signal y of n will be L equals to L1 plus L2 minus 1. So in this example, L1 equals to nothing but number of samples. So here L1 equals to 4. Similarly, the number of samples in x of n is equals to L2 equals to 4. So from that formula, L1 plus L2 minus 1, the resultant sequence length. So length of the resultant sequence is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are 7 samples. See, 4, L1, L2, and then the resultant sequence will be 4 plus 4 minus 1, that is 7 samples should be there in the resultant sequence. Okay. So the properties of convolution. So the properties of convolution, first one will be commutative property. So we know that convolution of x of n and h of n will be convolution of h of n and x of n. Then it is x of n star h of n is equals to h of n star x of n. So it is the diagram representation, block diagram representation for this. So input is x of n with impulse response. Then is y of n. Same h of n, x of n, and y of n. Okay, like AB equals to B into A. So next one will be associative property. So here it is the convolution between this x of n and h1 of n and h2 of n is equals to, so convolution between x of n into h1 of n star h2 of n. Then it is in the form of so AB plus equals to A into BC, like that. Same. So it is the block diagram representation for this associative property. Distributive property. So we know that A into B plus C equals to A into B plus A into C. So there it is convolution of x of n, h1 of n plus h2 of n is equals to, so convolution of x of n, h1 of n plus convolution of x of n, h2 of n. So here it is the block diagram representation for this. See, there it is. Okay. So it is the example for this convolution. Find the convolution of x of n. This x of n equals to 3 to 1 2 and h of n is equals to 1 2 1 2. Then the sequence is starting at n equals to minus 1. So we have to find the convolution between the two sequences by using graphical representation. By using graphical representation, so the first step in the graphical representation will be, we have to represent x of n and h of n in the index k. There it is x of k and h of k. That is x of k is equals to 3 to 1 2 and h of k is equals to 1 to 1 2. So yeah. So now we have to draw the graphical representation for x of k and h of k. So the graphical representation is, so x of k, then it is 3 to 1 2. Three, 2, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, k. Similarly, h of k. So h of k is, it is starting at n equals to minus 1. It is 1, 2, 1, 2. It is k minus 1, 0, 1, 2. So now fold h of k above to k equals to 0 to obtain h of minus k. That is, we have to fold the signal. So we are getting h of minus k. That is, will be folded reversal, time reversal. There it is 2 1 2 1. That is minus 2 minus 1 0 1. Time reversal. H of minus k. Okay. So you know that the sequence is starting at n1 equals to 0. Similarly, the sequence is starting at n2 equals to minus 1. Then y of n should start at n equals to n1 plus n2, that is minus 1. Starting value of n is minus 1. Okay. and we know the length of the sequences. Already we have seen that length of the sequence, first sequence is 4 and the length of the second sequence is 4. The length of the resultant sequence should be L1 plus L2 minus 1, that is 4 plus 4 minus 1. It should be length will be 7. Okay. So now after this h of minus k, so what is the operation we have to perform? Shifting. Time shifting operation we have to perform. So that is h of n minus k, that is h of n minus k, that is minus 1 minus k. H of minus 1 minus k. Right? So h of minus 1 minus k, that is nothing but h of n minus k, because n is starting value of n is minus 1. So we have to draw n is minus 1, it will be left shifted. Right? See, this will be left shifted. H of minus k should be left shifted. As already we have mentioned that n naught is negative, it should be left shifted. N is positive, it will be right shifted. So here n is minus 1. Then that h of minus k is left shifted. So that two one minus 3 minus 2 minus 1 0. Then after shifting property, we have to multiply. We have to multiply with x of k. So we have to multiply. That means x of k into h of n minus k. That is nothing but x of k into h of minus 1 minus k. Because h n equals to minus 1. This is we are doing at n equals to minus 1. So x of k and h of minus 1 minus k. So multiplication. So h of minus 1 minus k is this one. So x of k is 3 to 1 2 0 1 2 3. Multiply these two sequences. That element by element multiplication we have to perform. So at minus 3, at minus 2, at minus 1, this is 0. Similarly at 1, it is 1 and it is 3. Similarly at 1, here it is 0, at 2, here it is 0, at 3 it is 0. So 0 is anything, we know that 0, and here it is only the value will get at n equals to, k equals to 0, that is y of minus 1 is equals to 3 into 1 is 3. Y of minus 1 equals to 3 into 1 is 3. Next, increment n value. Increment n means we have to add 1. Then that is n equals to increment. So minus 1 plus 1 it is equals to 0. Now we are doing at n equals to 0. At n equals to 0, that is h of 0 minus k. That is h of minus k. Simply multiply with x of k. It is h of minus k. H of minus k. Now 2 1 minus 2 minus 1 0 1 is k. See, multiply these two. Then these two will be multiplied. These two will be multiplied. So 3 into 2, 2 into 1. That is y of 0 is equals to 3 into 2. 3 into 2 plus 2 into 1. That is 6 plus 2 is equals to 8. That is y of 0 equals to 8. Similarly, we have to increase the value of n again. So now, if we increase the value of n, then n will be 1. So at n equals to 1, so then h of 1 minus k is equals to h of 1 minus k. So 1 shifted, 1 value will be shifted to the right. Then two one minus 1 0 1 2 and multiply this one with x of k. 3 2 1 2 3 2 1 2 0 1 2 So the respective samples, these samples will be multiplied. So y of 1 n equals to 1, y of 1 is equals to, so 3 into 1 plus 2 into 2, 2 into 2 plus 1 into 1. So 3 plus 4 plus 1 is equals to h. So y of 1 equals to h. So again increment the value of n. So at n equals to 2. At n equals to 2, then it is h of 2 minus k. H of 2 minus k, that will be again it will be shifted 1 point. 2 1 2 1 0 1 2 3. So it is multiplied with x of k, that is 3 into 2, that is y of 2, because n equals to 2. So 3 into 2 plus 2 into 1 plus 1 into 2 plus 2 into 1, that is 6 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 12. So now increment n value again. So now n will be 3, then h of 3 minus k is equals to, that is graphical representation is, so it is h of 2 minus k. After increasing n value 1 by n value, so this will be shifted to the right by 1 position again. So it is 2 1 2 1. So 0 1 2 3 4. At 0 it is 0. Now multiply with x of k. X of k is 3 2 1 2. So now here it is 2 1 2 1. So there here no sample, 0 0 into 3 0. So these three positions are there. So y of 3 is equals to, at 1 2 into 2 plus 1 into 1 plus 2 into 2. It is 4 plus 1 plus 4 equals to 9. So again increase the value of n. Now it is n equals to 4. Then h of 4 minus k, two one is 0 1 2 3 4 5. Okay. So multiply h of 4 minus k with x of k. Then so here is the samples here 2 3. These samples only remaining all are zeros. So y of 4 is equals to 1 into 2 plus 2 into 1. 1 into 2 plus 2 into 1, that is 2 plus 2 equals to 4. So again increase the value of n. So n equals to 5. So h of 5 minus k 3. So then it is the sequence at 2. Now the sequence started 3. H of 5 minus k. 3 4 5 6. So it is 2 1 2 1. Then x of k. X of k is 3 2 1 2 0 1 2 3. So only the sample set 3. So remaining all will be it is zeros and r it is zeros. So now y of 5 is equals to 2 into 2 is 4. So again if you increase the value of n, now it will be 6. So if you increase the value of n, then h of 6 minus k. H of 6 minus k is nothing but h of 5 minus k starts at n equals to 3, k equals to 3. H of 6 minus k starts at k equals to 4. So now here the samples are there up to 3 only. So here the samples are then for this h of 6 minus k, the sample starting from 4. So in both the sequences, the product terms will become 0. So now no need to go for n equals to 6. So we can stop at n equals to 5 or y of 5. Okay. Then write all the samples. Y of n, that is starting from, see, y of minus 1, similarly y of 0, y of 1, y of 2, y of 3, y of 4, y of 5. That is 3, 8, 8, 12, 9, 4, 4. Then you know that the sequence is starting at n equals to minus 1. So by putting arrow, then it will be starting at n equals to minus 1. So this is the linear convolution between the two sequences x of n and h of n. So it is the resultant sequence, convolved signal. Okay. The length of the signal will be 7. So as already mentioned that the length of the resultant sequence will be 4 plus 4 minus 1. That is 7. That is the length of first sequence and length of second sequence. Then the length of the resultant sequence will be 7. So this is the linear convolution between the two sequences, that x of n and h of n, by using graphical representation method. Okay. So for tabular method, the same procedure without this graph, just only we have to use the sequence shifting only. The tabular method is also similar to this one, just how we are shifting the h of n minus k one position to the right by increasing the n value. So like that, without graphical graphs, only simply write the sequence for tabular method. So these are the references followed for this lecture. Thank you.